welcome to tonight's Maroon and Gray concert. This is one of my favorite concerts of the year, and parents who have been to this performance before know that it's really unique and wonderful experience. The concept behind the Maroon and Gray concert was brought here to the State High by my choir director, Mr. Robert Dreyfall, here tonight as an adjudicator, in 1999. And the goal of this was to give high school students the opportunity to select repertoire, rehearse their ensemble, and present in a concert a choral selection of pieces, and to really focus on the art of choral conducting and how to rehearse a choir. And then bring in distinguished educators and adjudicators to work with them in the public format as an open master class, both so the students can benefit from developing more knowledge about rehearsing and thinking about conducting, but I think fascinatingly too, for the audience to understand what it is that goes into this art of choral music. I'm very pleased to present now the 26th annual Maroon and Gray concert. Just a fantastic tradition. And I was in the second Maroon and Gray concert, one of the conductors, and here I am today, so but I am very thrilled to have with us two friends, mentors, and just wonderful musicians. We have Dr. Christopher Kyber from Penn State, Director of Choral Activities, who is a fantastic musician, has directed PMEA festivals, and presented some of my most memorable performances have been under his direction. And my dear high school choir director, Mr. Robert Dreyfall, the originator of this fantastic concept, and here for unbelievably, it's still shocking to me, the first time that he's adjudicating. Just seems, again, it blows my mind because none of this would happen if it was not for him. So I'm very excited for our adjudicators to work with our two student conductors. The student conductors, all of master singers, we spend a couple classes talking about gesture, working on how to do a pattern as a conductor, what to look at in a score, what to think about with the text, how to show dynamics, soft and loud, how to cue parts to make sure they know how to enter. And as you can probably tell from my list, it's a lot of information to take in one or two classes. But that's what, again, what's fun about this experience is it's really just here's the concept, go swim. So this is, what the entire spirit of it is. We had, I believe, 6 auditionees this year, and anyone interested is allowed to audition, and they get 5 minutes with the ensemble. And then the ensemble has ballots, and they take notes. And I always enjoy looking at the ballots and seeing how very incisive and insightful the students are in thinking about, well, what is it about them that they did really well? They're so good at weighing all the different aspects of each auditionee. And then they vote. And the result of the votes are our two conductors for this evening, Genevieve Clayton and Lucas Snyder. So I hope you enjoy this performance. I hope you appreciate just how amazing it is that we have 2 high school seniors conducting some of the most difficult choral rep in the canon that they've completely rehearsed on their own since we came back from winter break. And yeah, just get to enjoy the show and hear some more about what it is to be a choral conductor. And so without further ado, I invite to the stage Maroon Choir under the direction of Genevieve Clayton.
my Lord. Who'll be a witness for my Lord? Who will be a witness for my Lord?
Oh, I'll be a witness for my Lord. 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 There was a man of the Pharisees. His name was Nicodemus, and he didn't believe. The same came to Christ by night, wanted to be taught out of human sight. Nicodemus was a man who desired to know how a man can be when he is old. Christ told Nicodemus as a friend,
Man, you must be born again. He said, Marvel man, if you want to be wise, repent, believe, and be baptized.
then you'll be a witness for my Lord. You'll be a witness for my Lord. You'll be a witness for my Lord. Soul is a witness for my Lord. You read about Samson. From his birth he was the strongest man that ever lived on earth. Way back yonder in ancient times, he killed 10,000 of the Philistines. Then old Samson went a wandering about. Samson's strength was never found out, till his wife sat upon his knees. She said, "Tell me where your strength lies, if you please."
Well, old Samson's wife, she talked so fair. Samson said,
Cut off my hair,
Cut it off!
shave my head just as clean as your hand, and my strength will come like a natural man.
Samson was a witness for my Lord. Samson was a witness for my Lord. Samson was a witness for my Lord. Soul is a witness for my Lord. There's another witness.
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 There's another witness for my Lord. Ride the chariot soon in the morning. Ride in the chariot soon, 9 in the morning. Ride up in the chariot soon in the morning, and I hope I'll join the band singing. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Good Lord, have mercy on me. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. And I hope I'll join the band. I'm gonna see my mother soon in the morning. See my father soon, 9 in the morning. Ride up in the chariot soon in the morning, and I hope I'll join the band. I'm gonna chatter with the angels soon in the morning. Chatter with the angels soon, 9 in the morning. Chatter with the angels soon in the morning, and I hope I'll join the band singing. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Good Lord, have mercy on me. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. And I hope I'll join the band singing. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Good Lord, have mercy on me. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. Good Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy on me.
Wow, awesome. Another round of applause for both choirs. There's probably, well, there's many reasons why I love this concert, but one of them is that I actually don't get to sing in a choir that often anymore. And I love singing in choir. Hello, that's why I do this. So it's so great for me to be able to be in the choir with such wonderful conductors. And again, seniors in high school, it blows my mind. So now is the portion of the evening where we invite the adjudicators to the stage and work with our student conductors, and they get to share with us some wisdom and some thoughts and some things for our young conductors to think about. First up is Mr. Dreyfall.
Wow, this is 26 years into this tradition, and I'm never cease to be amazed by what is possible. And so I'm going to be working with a great choir for about 8 or 10 minutes or so, and we're going to start with the opening piece. And I don't know, I know we do have many musicians out here in the audience. But I thought it was interesting that with this opening piece, that Genevieve chose to conduct it in 2, and Luca chose to do it in 4, correct? And they sing a little differently, I think, and maybe the ideal situation maybe is to be interchangeable with that, perhaps. But anyway, I would like to try something. First of all, I'm just going to have a disclaimer. I'm old, and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see the scores. I couldn't see, so I'm trying to remember things. And so I said I'll go first before I forget everything. So anyway, so I would like to start with the first piece. And the thing with this is a lot of it is soft, and it's exposed, and the entrances are all important. And you want to, I thought your gesture was terrific, seriously, throughout the whole thing. However, not to you, I would something just to think about whether you do this in 2 or 4, is keeping a pulse going through this opening section. And so what I would like you to do is forget the text for a moment, all right? And if you can you just give me a D? If you can just do, sing it on 1 and 2 and T and 4 and? Is that good? Is that cool? Great. So you go ahead and conduct. And so I want you to do this 1 and 2 and T and 4 and do you know why I might ask you to do that? Any clue? It's really to keep the air moving. And it's so hard when it's soft and it's exposed and with these individual entrances, but we need there to be strength in your singing, even though it's soft. So I'm just going to stand here on the side, start as you did, and if you forget the text, and just count sing if you would. So, no, that's I know it's a little odd to do that. What I would like you now to add to that is the fact that this is all about breath. It's all about keeping air moving, because that's what makes the tone, yes? So if we can now think that you're consciously moving the air. So maybe even think about a very, very slight crescendo in your long notes, and then back off a bit when the next part enters. Is that okay? But I really want to have a sense of 1 and 2 and T, so some intensity. It can still be soft, but it can be intense, and I think it will have a better core. Thank you. So, give it another go. Sorry, bass, this is all on you. Move air. Keep it moving. Cool. That's fine. Let's do. That's fine. Now. Where is this first phrase? Anyone can answer this question. Where do you think is kind of the first destination point? Do you think? When Stanislaw was writing this, what do you think was kind of the ta-da moment in those first 8 bars or so? What do you think? Don't be afraid of saying something wrong. Yes. Perhaps. Yeah. I think that's good. So you also need to think about what is the climax of this little section, okay? Because this has lots of buildings and rebuildings and whatever. So just and what do you think you might be able to do in your conducting gesture to help that?
I think I can have some more maybe
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So give that a go, and you commit to watching him, but most importantly, keep air moving. I feel like we're walking on very brittle eggs a little bit, and I know there's not very many of you on some of these parts, so I get that. But just, yeah. I tell you what, let's just for sake of exercise, let's say the opening dynamic is mezzo forte. Okay, and don't think it's like be a pianissimo. So mezzo forte, but feel like I am moving this phrase and I'm moving breath, and see if it makes a difference. No, still on one. No, still on number. Sorry, we'll go to that next.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
Did you feel a little less exposed, at least? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's go back to text. You focus on moving air and not being too precious with it, okay? And you do what you think they need to, you know, you can help them with the airflow, I think. Let's just say it's going to be softer than some of the other sections. His question was, should we stay with the opening pianissimo dynamic? And I said, let's make it soft as opposed to loud. But I think you will, if you have some confidence in what you're doing, you know, I think that should do it. Much better. Well, can we just do that last? Is this where we were? Okay, great. Can we do start? Oh, really? Okay, forget it. So I'll share some things with you later. Let's go. Let's do the Moses Hug. And we're going to just work a little bit of time on sound. I have this thing, and I know when your brother was doing this, I recommended this whole thing of doing this, literally doing this, and the fact that you were responsible for filling it up with sound, and that this goes behind your back as well. It's kind of an amazing situation that what you can do, and let's, if we only have a couple minutes, let us do yeah, good. So since you're going to hold your folders, I'm going to be this guy, and I am being all of you. But the point is, you need to fill this up. You need to just make, it's not about just singing louder, it's about just using your whole body to create the sound.
Sing,
Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Good Lord, have mercy on me. Oh Lord, have mercy on me.
and I
Oh,
hope
I'll join the band.
Now, you look like you're reading a recipe to make, I don't know, something not very interesting or appetizing. And so your face really needs to reflect what you're saying. Is this a joyful piece? Oh my gosh! Yes. So I'm not going to get into your religious beliefs, whatever. But I want you just to treat this as literature and take it for what it is. And yeah, you know, I don't know where you are in terms of almost being memorized for this. Is that a thing? Yeah, great. Set your folders down. Great. And now, I really want you to do this, okay? And I want you to do this. You're gonna be a salesperson, and all those people on the balcony especially need your big white eyes, okay? Do that again.
singing,
Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. Good Lord, have mercy on me. chariot soon in the morning, and I hope I'll join the band.
This is so important. It is so important. And
it needs to honestly reflect what you're singing about. And in choral music, oh my gosh, the range of emotions just in these 6 pieces is crazy when you think about it. So, and I know because you're master singers that you love doing what you're doing. And it just needs to be reflected. But just use your body. And I realize you're missing your other half, right? I mean, there is that sound that you're used to, and 30 people can produce so much sound. But really use your full body. I just want to commend you. I thought, from my dark seat over here, I thought you were a very fine conductor. I feel like he was giving you what you needed. Don't you think so? I think so. And he gave you donuts. Gosh. So at any rate, congratulations, great choir, and all the best.
Now we invite to the stage Dr. Kyber to work with Maroon Choir. Yay!
Well, another wonderful evening of seeing these conductors just taking their first steps on this journey that can potentially last a lifetime. And so congratulations to both Luca and Genevieve for their fine work. One of the things that I'm always a little... So in university, most folks in their training to become conductors will have at least 2 semesters of training, maybe 3 in their undergraduate degree. And so it's always quite it just makes me pause when we see what the students do here after, what was it, 6 rehearsals or something?
Probably 10 rehearsals with their choirs, but maybe 3 classes we worked on the conducting before.
Yeah, but it's really very admirable, and I'm going to condense the training into about 6 minutes. So, one thing for the audience, how many of you have been to the football, like Penn State football? Great. So I'm going to do a non-verbal thing that the lion does. Can you just sing, "Ya"? Ready, go. Okay, that's interesting. So notice the change in sound. And so just purely, the conducting thing is all a non-verbal kind of science as such. Can you now make the sound shh, shh, take your hands and do this with me, and then I'm going to change what I do, and you're going to keep going with the shh sound, but it might change. So ready, go. So again, notice how you change your sound. I don't necessarily tell you what to do. And so one of the great things about conducting is, so we're trying to primarily convey an interpretation. We have the composer's ideas on the page, and then we have to decide how we react to that, what we'd like to convey to the audience. And then we have to conduct also to help the choir sing healthfully well, to sing with a particular colour as such. And then we've also got to conduct the text as well. So there's all kinds of things going on. But I thought what we would do is start with Send in the Clowns, and some of the concepts are going to be a little similar to what Mr. Draper was talking about with the Calme de Nuit. And so I wonder if we could start. How about pick up to square 17, just when I stopped.
Just when I stopped,
Very good, very good, very good. So one thing I've become more convinced by over the years is how our movement through space impacts breath. And so one of the things that's interesting, when we conduct, we quite often will do a vertical pattern on the rebounds. We do 1 lift, 2 lift, 3. What would it be like if you were to do the 4 pattern, not worrying so much about the rebounds, and almost imagine that you are underwater? What would that do to the rebounds? Try it again.
Just when I stopped, opening doors.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, in terms of like how responsive you did it immediately, and I think it made their sound a little more smooth, which I think for this piece is probably appropriate. Now, the other thing you have to be able to do as a conductor is multitask, and be able to do this. Well, I can't do that. Anyway, the point here is that sometimes you do things with your right hand and your left hand. It's funny, when you go to conducting training, everybody says you shouldn't mirror. You shouldn't do the same thing in both arms. But 98% of conductors mirror all the time. So I'm wondering, what could you do? What do you think about those long notes? So sopranos do la-dee-da-da. What would you like them to support with your left hand? Yeah. So do you want any sort of growth? Do you want da? Do you just want da-da-da-da? Or do you want da-dee-da-dee? Great. So with your left hand, see if you can maybe start a little low, maybe about 45 degrees or so, and move it slowly. But you want to make the gesture last over into the next thing they have at the end of the measure. Yeah, good, try that. Same spot.
Just when I saw.
So the left hand kind of starts a little high, and so suppose, can you just sing that long note, and just, I'm going to do my hand, but keep singing the long note, and go. Good, so just, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm curious if anything happens here, and go soft, keep singing. Same volume. Same volume. Do it again, and go, so same volume. Do you hear a difference in the sound? What do you hear a difference in the sound? What do you feel is different here? More forward, the first one. How about in terms of tension in your throat? The high one. Great, very good. These are all great answers. I gave them $5 before we started. So now we're going to literally start here. Yeah, and then slowly, slowly. This is really hard to do. And then just when you feel as though it's great to avoid going any higher really than about that, because that's what's going to make it tense. Try it again. It's very good.
Just when I stopped, opening doors.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Do you hear a difference and feel a difference? Good, excellent. Well done, Jenny. Let's switch pieces to witness. This is very funny. So on the beginning of this score, the word witness is absolutely crossed out angrily. Then on the inside cover, it says, I actually hate this song. And it looks like Luca's handwriting. Great. At least it doesn't say, I hate the conductor. Great. So here we go. Who will be a witness? That is a great question. Let's go beginning, shall we?
Who'll be a witness for my Lord? Who'll be a witness for my Lord?
Okay, let's just try something different. It's very good. Could you sing exactly as Genevieve wants you to sing? Can you sing exactly as, don't change anything, as Genevieve wants you to sing?
Who'll be a witness for my Lord? Who'll be a witness for my Lord? Who'll be a witness?
Okay, pretty good. I think you did change something. And so now, what about if you were to think heavier arms? So, who'll be a witness for my Lord? So notice how if we compare yours with mine, whose hand or arm goes higher? Yeah, so what about if it was just a little lower? Try that.
Who'll be a witness for my Lord? Who'll be a witness for my Lord?
Good. Does that sound any different or? Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing, so conducting, we have several hinges obviously. The main ones we think about are wrist. This is going to get you sort of short and detached. We have our elbow and wrist width. This might get you sort of bar kind of thing. And then if we want legato smooth, then we use our shoulder and collarbone. So I wonder if you could imagine, let's get everybody in from a certain way, and you can go from wherever you like. But now, could you imagine this sort of a movement? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Watch my elbow. 2. I was talking yesterday in conducting class about if you've seen Barbie the doll, not the movie. She is unable to move her elbows, and so she's a great conductor. So 1, 2, 1. Everybody join me. Do Barbie arms down, up. Lady here is a bit too much wrist. Here we go. Good. And now sort of lift your elbow up. 1, 2, 1. Now no elbow. 1, 2. Man, you're all good conductors. Great. So go from somewhere. Pick up to 9. Good. So is that the right or the volume that you like when the? Great. Can you dare them to do even less? Yeah, I should be clear with your hands. Yeah, 1 minute. So make it good. Very good. Let's give it up for Genevieve Another round of applause for our adjudicators. Thank you so much. And what's kind of amazing to think about is next year's Maroon and Gray conductor is here in the room tonight. Some sophomore or junior will be up here next year for the 27th annual Maroon and Gray. Thank you all so much for coming this evening. One more round of applause for everyone. Have a wonderful night.